Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. We are starting with the latest PlayStation system update for January 2025. Now, there's nothing really significant here with this update. It's a little bit over 1 gigabyte in size. The patch notes simply say we've improved system software performance and stability, and we've improved the messages and usability on some screens. But what I think is interesting here is that PlayStation still has not removed the 30th anniversary boot up screen and the UI themes. So they haven't said anything about this. I think a lot of people were anticipating that these were going to be removed by now. And I think some people are starting to think that maybe Sony's actually not going to remove them. But it's hard to say for sure. I just wanted to mention that the PS5 got a new update, and if Sony was planning on removing it, you would think that they would do so with this update. It's certainly been long enough. So maybe there is a chance they're going to keep it. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled and see what they do. But moving on to the next topic, we are talking about Insomniac Games and how CEO Ted Price is officially retiring, and there are new studio heads that are being named. Insomniac Games founder and CEO Ted Price announced he's retiring from the games industry at the end of March. As a result, Price also revealed the studio's new co-studio heads. Jen Huang, Chad Dezerin, and Ryan Schneider will act as co-studio heads for Insomniac Games. According to Ted Price, this succession plan is the result of the former CEO working with the senior leadership team for the past year. For many years, Chad, Jen, and Ryan have been instrumental in making Insomniac what we are today, says Price. I've seen each lead major initiatives here which have positively changed Insomniac's lives. Plus, they've consistently demonstrated the kind of collaboration and transparency that's part of our DNA. And just as important, their skill sets are truly complementary. There's no way that I would ever consider handing the reins to a team I didn't trust to take care of Insomniacs and lead us to even greater heights, continues Price. Chad, Jen, and Ryan are the team. For those who may not be familiar, please take a moment to get to know them over on the PlayStation blog. And on the PlayStation blog, Sony acknowledged this, saying that Ted Price has been planning retirement for quite some time now, and it's a pretty big deal that he's retiring because he's been huge, with everything regarding Insomniac. I mean, he's the CEO, the founder, he's an industry legend, hugely responsible for pretty much everything that Insomniac Games has done. And so if you're not convinced on just how significant Ted Price was, it takes 3 individuals to replace him to be able to hopefully operate at the same level. That's very significant. And so, he's had a very long career. And it'll be really interesting to see what this kind of new era of Insomniac ends up looking like. The article just concludes here saying, finally, I'm confident that under the combined leadership of Chad, Jen, and Ryan, Insomniac will continue to deliver the industry-defining games that players have come to expect from us while making a positive and lasting impact on people's lives for decades to come. So that is how Ted Price ends his statement. It's worth noting here, Ted Price founded Insomniac Games in 1994 as Extreme Software, and the studio was renamed a year later. The studio is known for bringing some of the most iconic gaming franchises to PlayStation, including Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet & Clank, Resistance, Spider-Man, and they did also develop Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One, which I think Sony now owns that IP, ironically enough. But there you go. Pretty significant news there for Insomniac. But continuing to talk about Insomniac, we have a small update on Wolverine. Not something major, but, Wolverine we haven't heard anything about pretty much since it was officially revealed. So it says here, with the recent news that Insomniac Games CEO Ted Price would be retiring, the company spoke to Variety about its upcoming game Wolverine, saying that while the studio would love to talk about the game, fans will have to wait until it's time to reveal details. We've announced Wolverine, and we would love to talk more about Wolverine, but we have to be like Logan today and remain very stoic until it's time to pop the claws down the road, said co-studio head and Insomniac Games Chad Dezerin. As much as we have pent-up excitement, we've got to hold on to it. So that's about as much as we could say about our upcoming projects today. So the latest statement tracks with what the studio said the last time it was asked about its upcoming Wolverine game back in May of 2024. When asked about news for Wolverine on social media, The studio responded by saying, "We'll share news when the time is right, and the right time is not now." So, I mean, again, nothing major here, but it's just, I guess what it really speaks to is, man, when are we going to see Wolverine, right? The last major update we got on Wolverine is that there was a change in leadership with direction. And so that could indicate that there are development problems, but there might not be. It's hard to say. I think that Jeff Grubb claimed that things are actually going fine with Wolverine. And so, I don't know. There's rumored to be a state of play in February. Could we see something from Insomniac Games? Maybe the timing feels right. We'll just have to remain patient, but there's definitely some movement going on at Insomniac Games. Moving on to the next topic here. Turns out the Horizon MMO might not be canceled after all. South Korean site MTN News recently reported publisher NCSoft canceled several projects currently known as Project H, J, and Pantera. While the original story did not mention the Horizon MMO specifically, it was reported that Project H was an unannounced title. However, MTN News reporter, a news reporter recently stated that Project H is not related to Horizon after all. The confirmation comes from a post on Korean gaming community site RuliWeb. A user contacted the reporter to clarify if Project H was the NCSoft Horizon MMO. That H that I mentioned has nothing to do with Horizon, which is what the reporter responded with in an email. The only known details of Project H that were stated in the original report is that the development team was made up of former Entrev employees. However, the genre of the game and the size of the development team were not known. However, it is reported that some developers from the project are leaving NCSoft. Those who did not depart the company would have been moved to different projects. Sony Interactive Entertainment and NCSoft announced a partnership back in 2023. While it has not been confirmed, signs point to the Korean company developing a Horizon MMO. So there's a lot of communication issues here with this situation and just a lot of confusion. From what I understand, people basically ended up confusing this Project H with being the Horizon MMO because there was a job listing in the past that basically linked the two things together under another name called Skyline. And so it seems that this game was not canceled. That's basically what it boils down to. It just seems like it was miscommunication and too many assumptions being made. And so, it does happen from time to time. I don't know if this necessarily changes people's opinion. Like, I don't know how many people were anticipating this Horizon MMO and feeling excited about it. I'll be honest, it seems like a lot of people were actually celebrating the cancellation. So to hear that it's not canceled, I don't know what that really changes. But, it is worth noting that it seems it's mostly NCSoft working on this MMO, not really much to do with PlayStation Studios internally. So there you go. Moving on to the next topic here, we have Reggie Fils-Aimé coming out and basically giving Sony some of the biggest props that they could possibly get. Reggie Fils-Aimé paid tribute to Astrobot and its developers on Tuesday as the game took home the top prize at the 2025 New York Game Awards. Sony and Team Asobi's PS5 platformer was nominated for 4 awards at the event, which was hosted by the former Nintendo of America president. While it missed out on the Best World Award, which went to Elden Ring, Astrobot was named Best Kids Game, won the Best Music in Game prize, and scooped up the coveted Game of the Year award. So I have to admit it, Astrobot almost outdid Nintendo at its own game, Fils-Aimé said, drawing laughter from some of the audience. So yeah, it's pretty significant, right? When you have the former head of Nintendo of America coming out and just straight up saying what everybody is already thinking. And that is that Astrobot has gotten very close, if not in the eyes of some people, just actually doing so, to outdoing Nintendo at their own game, right? Pretty high praise there. I'm sure Team Asobi is feeling very, very good about that. The final topic here is just a small update for those who are not aware. We got a new Phantom Blade Zero trailer. This is a PlayStation 5 console exclusive. And this trailer, it's not even a trailer, it's actually just straight up raw gameplay, unedited, of a new boss battle. A lot of people were talking about this yesterday. It looks really, really good. There's definitely a good amount of excitement for this game, and I think it's well earned because, I mean, just look at it. The most important thing I would say here is that in this trailer at the end, the developer S-Game has revealed that they're going to be giving us the release date sometime in 2025. Now, that this does not confirm this game is coming out in 2025. It could be a 2026 game, but we are going to get the release date sometime this year, so that's good to know. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.